What's going on, everybody? It's Caveman here, bringing you another video. And as you can tell by the title of this video, Anderson Trucking Service or ATS orientation. So as you can tell, I'm not with Hogan anymore. I left them because they didn't have a lease purchase program. That's what I wanted to do. Nothing bad on Hogan's part. They treated me well, paid me fair. So I still highly recommend them. But they didn't have a lease program like I was looking for, so I found a company that did. ATS offers that lease program. So, going right into orientation. Orientation is 3 days long, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's the only time they hold orientations, once a week. Orientation takes place in two spots because they have company and they have lease drivers. If you are a company driver, you will go to Porter, Indiana. That is where your orientation will be. And for lease drivers, your orientation will be held in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Now, how they get you up there to either orientation is either by a rental car or by a plane. Now, for me, I left from Ohio, went up to Minnesota, got a rental car. The process to get the rental car was nice and easy, quick. Got the car, took off. No problems. Alright, so once you get up there, the day before, ideally. You get up to the hotel. I don't remember what the hotel was in St. Cloud. It was an older hotel, but it wasn't bad. I couldn't complain about it. I guess the only thing I could complain about it would be it was kind of far away from everything, so if you're still hungry after dinner, you gotta walk a good way to get to the Pilot to get something to eat. But other than that, not a bad hotel. It's free, so I didn't complain. So like I said, you get up there ideally sometime Sunday before orientation. Now you get in there, you check in for ATS orientation. They give you a packet, and there's some paperwork you got to fill out before you start on Monday. One of them being for your food. You have to fill out your form for your food. So they provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, don't get excited. It comes in a brown bag. It's nothing to get excited about. Lunch is served in the orientation classroom. I don't know where it comes from. We had chicken all 3 days. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was different chicken, but all the meals consisted of chicken. Weren't bad. And then dinner came from a sports bar they partnered with, and that's where you filled out the 3 forms for dinner. And they had a bunch of options, and I'm telling you, all the food from there was delicious. I even had a salad one day, and I couldn't finish it because it was huge. So the food there for dinner was awesome. Couldn't complain about that at all. So like I said, orientation 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and ideally you leave out early Thursday morning. Ideally. But this is trucking and nothing's ideal, so. Alright, now moving on to the first day of orientation. First day, you get all your ordinary orientation stuff out of the way. You do your drug test, which is a pee test. There's no hair follicle. Then you do your physical. Unless your physical you have has more than 6 months on it, then you don't have to take another one. But it has less than 6 months, you have to take one. Yeah, so do that. What else? Drug test, physical. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for, the standard stuff. And then leasing comes in, and they give you a sheet of paper with all the trucks you can select from it. That's another thing you do on the first day is truck selection. So how they do it is orientation class is split in half. One half of the room is flatbed, the other half is dry van. So at the very beginning of the morning, you'll get a sheet of paper with all the available trucks on it. They'll have the year, make, model, mileage, weekly payment, the maintenance per mile, and stuff like that. And if it's red, it's an automatic. If it's black, it's manual. There was 3 of us for dry van, and there was 4 trucks available. One of those being a manual. The other 2 people I was with had automatic restrictions. I was the only one that did not. I ended up going to an automatic anyways. I ended up going with a 2018 Freightliner. I might do a truck tour later on. I don't know yet. But anyways, you go out there, you look over the trucks, kind of decide which one you want. But at the very bottom of that page, there's everyone's name. So the 3 names that were in dry van, 1, 2, and 3. And it was just randomly selected, ordered, and, I got to pick second out of 3. We all ended up getting what we wanted, so it worked out. But I can see someone getting screwed over if there was like 5 or 6 people coming in and they didn't get anything what they wanted. But it makes it even. The computer generates that list in whatever order it wants, and you pick it. So you tell the leasing department which truck you want. He writes it down. And from that point on, they're making up a mock lease agreement, in which on the second day you'll get that, take it home, and on the third day sign your actual lease. So after that, you get to pick your truck, and then after that, you do a road test. So depending on which truck you pick, if you pick a manual, you have to take your road test in a manual. And if you pick an automatic, you'll do it in an automatic. And let's say if you've been here for a while and you want to start driving a manual again, you'll have to retake a road test in a manual. That way you can be approved by ATS to drive a manual. So take your road test. It's easy. It's about 6-mile run. You get on the highway, get off the highway, go through town, get back on the highway, and back to the terminal. It takes maybe 10-12 minutes to do. Easy peasy. Get back, and then the rest of the first day and then the second day, it's pretty much every department coming in, giving their speeches, their spiels, giving you a bunch of paperwork. Now there are some forms you have to sign, but it's all on a tablet. Everything you have to sign for is on a tablet. So every piece of paper you get is just for your knowledge, pretty much. So like when you sign for equipment. So since you're a lease driver, you have to pay for all your equipment. Now I run the Midwest fleet, so I only had to buy 2 straps, which I think was like $20. Not a bad deal. If you're an over-the-road van driver, you had to pay for vans. You had to pay, if you're an over-the-road driver, you had to pay for blankets, straps, load bars. I think that's it. And then flatbed, you had to pay for all the stuff flatbed uses: chains, binders, tarps, and things like that. They had to buy a lot. But you could buy it used or new. Since I only had to buy 2 straps, I didn't get an option of new or used. I just got new. So, but yeah. Anything you had to sign, like when you sign your lease, you sign it on that tablet. So, like I said, the second day you come in, safety, leasing, maintenance, settlements. I mean, every department comes in and talks to you. The owner comes in. They talk about the company values and safety. We have a camera in our trucks, just an outward facing camera. There's no inward facing camera, and no audio, which is a step up from Hogan, because as you guys know, Hogan has a camera facing inward and outwards with no audio. So there's no need for the audio, I don't think, anyways, unless you want to hear a bunch of cussing, I guess. But anyways, like I said, then the third day is an also very important day, because that's when you sign your actual lease. Now, the second day, you get a mock lease agreement. They bring it in. The leasing department comes and they go through it with you. It pretty much goes over the numbers, what they expect when you turn the truck in, what happens if you turn the truck early, and there's damages, where the money's coming out of, and etc., etc. And it also gives you a breakdown, once your lease is ending, how much it would take to pay off the truck. So all these leases are at a lease purchase. Well, what they call is a lease with an option to purchase. So I'll have to look up the numbers for this truck, because I have the sheet back there somewhere. But I can buy the truck after my lease is over, or get financing for it, whichever I choose. But that's for a whole another video. Like I said, but third day, that second day, you're able to take your mock lease home, go through it, read it all, make sure it's what you want to do. You want to sign up for this, because once you sign that lease on the third day you're in it, you can back out. It's a 0 down, no money, or 0 down, no credit check lease. All you gotta do is have a year's experience, and you gotta just pass all the prerequisites. You just have to pass all the other stuff, road test and all that. Let's see, but third day, I'm trying to think here. What do we do the third day? Sign your actual lease. And pretty much, once you do that, you have a securement class for vans, which is a 5-minute class. It's stupid. It's easy. Waste of time, in my opinion, but, you know. Here nor there. And then, after the securement class, you're pretty much waiting on your employee ID card and your fuel card. And then, you know, they'll bring a little ATS bag out. You're supposed to get a shirt. We didn't get a shirt. Whatever, I guess. Hurt my feelings a little bit. But yeah, we didn't get a shirt. We did get a little bag with a bunch of seals and what they call pay sheets and ATS bill ladings. And once you get that, you're good to go. You go out to your truck. You sign into the Qualcomm. Pre-trip, go to the hotel. So you park at the hotel. You know, put all your stuff in the truck. And depending on which DM you get. So, actually, there's one thing I skipped over. So, on the third day, once you get all that, once you're waiting for your fuel card and all that, your DM is supposed to call you. I had to call mine. He was busy. He was at home. But you call your DM, you know, get to know him a little bit, I guess. Say, hey, my name's such and such. Maybe you can tell them what you expect out of them. Yada, yada, yada. But pretty much just to get to know your DM. I mean, I talked to mine for 2 minutes. I said, hello, my name's Levi. Yeah, I want every 2 weekends off. Or every other weekend off. So, he agreed to that, and so far, I've been getting every other weekend off. No problem, so I have no complaints with him. And he keeps me moving. So, yeah, once you do that, you talk to your DM. Then you're just waiting on your fuel card. Once you get that, get in the truck, go to the hotel room, pack all your stuff up into the truck. You can take the truck to Walmart or wherever you need to go. There's a Walmart right down the road. And then pretty much Thursday morning, depending on what your DM had you doing, mine had me go back to the terminal, grab an empty, and wait for a load. Now I waited until about 11 o'clock before I got a load. And I was at the terminal at 7 o'clock, so I sat for 4 hours. But it is what it is. That's trucking, so can't complain. Alright guys, that is pretty much orientation for ATS. Like I said, it's 3 days long. If you're a lease driver, St. Cloud, Minnesota. If you're a company, Porter, Indiana. Drug test is a P test. And in order to come to ATS, you have to have a year experience. If you have like 11 months, they can work with you. But yeah, and they only do dry van and flatbed. So if you guys have any more questions about ATS or orientation or just ATS in general, how I'm doing, I'll make more videos as time goes on. So, but yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you tune in to the next one and subscribe. Thank you.